Talking about Mercs, the Scout. The Scout. Real name, Jeremy Willis. Location of origin, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Job, rapid recovery. Motto, too much caffeine. You know, that famous catchphrase that he's never said in the game ever. Scout here was the youngest of 8 boys from the south side of Boston. He learned pretty early on that he could solve most of his problems using his fists. But since he was the runt of the litter, his older brothers would usually end fights before he even got a chance to join in. So the Scout trained himself to run. He would run everywhere, all the time, until he could beat his pack of mad dog siblings to the fray. Which explains why Scout is the fastest class in the game. But I guess that also grants him the ability to double jump? I don't know, physics. Anyway, the Scout wields 3 different weapons. His primary is the scattergun, which is great for getting quick and easy kills. His secondary is a pistol, which is good for finishing off any enemies from a distance. And lastly, his melee is an aluminum bat, which is the weakest default melee out of all the 9 classes, but it sorta makes up for it with it being able to attack way faster than the others. But the Scout does have some unlockable weapons, my personal favorites being the Backscatterer, the Mad Milk, and the Atomizer. Anyway, now it's time for Scout lore. In 1968, Scout and 8 other mercenaries were hired by Plutarch and Redmond to fight in the Gravel War, which lasted until 1971 when the brothers were killed by Gray Man. Now, without any bosses, the team was hired by Saxon Hale to defend Manco from Gray Man's robot army. Then, a year later in 1972, Gray Man took over Manco, and with his takeover, he fired all 9 mercenaries. Afterwards, Scout helped Soldier move out of his castle and into a box. Soldier then broke both his arms. With both arms broken, Scout turned to Spy for help retrieving his mercenary money, which he wanted to give to his mom. However, it's revealed Scout spent all his money on Tom Jones memorabilia. Scout and Spy were then jailed in 2-Fort Prison for 5 months, until Miss Pauling broke them out. They were rehired to collect Australian for the Administrator. During the final battle against the Classic team, Scout was killed and sent to heaven, where God was disappointed Scout hadn't been with any women despite being his gift to them. Then God sent him back to Earth and eventually defeated the Classic team. In the final comic, 7 years have passed, and the Scout is raising 4 children from 4 different women, and hosts the team for one last Christmas celebration. And that's it for Scout. Thank you for watching. Next time, we'll move on to the next mercenary, one a little more explosive in both arsenal and personality, so stay tuned for that. And, subscribe for more mercs.